Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're stepping totally away from the visible world. We're exploring a really fascinating astrological placement that deals directly with the mysterious and the unseen. We're talking about Rahu in the 12th house. Now, for those of you who might be new to this specific term, in Vedic astrology, Rahu actually isn't a physical planet. It's a shadow entity. Specifically, it's the north node of the moon, and it represents our deepest obsessions, our worldly desires, and, well, the illusions we constantly chase. Okay, let's dive into this, because this journey is going to take us deep into the shadows of the soul and those powerful forces operating right beneath our conscious awareness.
So, are you seeking truth, or are you just chasing mysteries? When this placement is active, an interest in spirituality rarely follows a normal, structured route. Instead, it comes through highly unconventional, sometimes kind of chaotic paths. It plunges us straight into this intensely introspective mindset and demands that we ask ourselves a pretty tough question. Are we genuinely looking for profound answers and meaning to life's biggest questions, or are we just, seduced by the thrill and the enigma of the unknown? Basically, it's the difference between wanting to actually turn the lights on and just enjoying playing in the dark.
Act 1. The Outer Illusions. Let's look at how this manifests in the physical world.
Here's our foundational definition from the source text. Rahu in the 12th house operates specifically in the realm of hidden desires, the subconscious mind, and physical foreign lands. Now, you might be wondering, why group foreign lands and the subconscious together? Well, it's because the 12th house is literally the final house of the zodiac, the house of endings, isolation, and things far beyond the material veil. It's the territory of things that are completely out of sight from your everyday reality. Understanding this connection absolutely sets the framework for everything else we're going to cover. It's a placement that fundamentally dictates how we interact with what isn't immediately obvious to the naked eye.
Which brings us right to this critical self-reflection. Are you aware of what truly motivates you? Because under this influence, hidden desires are operating silently behind the scenes of your daily life. You might think you're making completely logical, conscious choices. Like, for example, you might think you're taking a new, highly demanding job purely for the impressive title or the paycheck. But beneath the surface, there is almost always a hidden engine driving your actions from the dark. Actually, scratch that. It's more like a secret pilot. That hidden engine might actually be a subconscious craving for ultimate control, or a desperate desire to escape a feeling of inadequacy in your personal life.
And this brilliantly illustrates one of the core tensions of this placement, seeking opportunity versus escaping roots. According to the text, foreign lands often feel vastly more exciting and alluring than familiar surroundings. The pull to pack up and leave can be incredibly intoxicating. But the ultimate question you have to ask yourself is about your core motivation. If someone packs up their entire life and moves to a brand new country across the world, are they truly relocating to find a brand new opportunity and build something fresh? Or are they simply trying to run away from family expectations, past failures, or, the roots they just don't want to deal with? That unconscious desire to escape can easily bleed into your personal resources, creating both financial and emotional leaks. The source material points out a major vulnerability right here. Expenses can rise sharply through unconscious habits and indulgences. You might literally find money slipping through your fingers on travel, luxury, or distractions. But it's vital to recognize that these leaks aren't always just monetary. They can be a massive drain on your emotional energy as well. An emotional leak could be overinvesting in unavailable people, or pouring hours of your day into a completely draining hidden obsession. It's that unconscious nature, giving away your money or your spiritual energy without even realizing it, that you really have to watch out for.
Let's move to and see how this builds in Act 2, the Inner Labyrinth. We're stepping into the subconscious landscape now.
Notice how beautifully these psychological elements compound on one another. The inner world becomes significantly louder than the outer world. You have vivid dreams during sleep that bleed right into your waking hours, hidden desires constantly pulling the strings behind the scenes, secret ambitions that actually outweigh your public goals, and the lingering, ever-present temptation of emotional escapism. It creates a highly active, incredibly rich internal reality. It's like running a massive, complex operating system in the background of a computer while the screen just shows a blank desktop to everybody else.
Let's slow down for a moment and look closely at sleep. Are your dreams revealing insights, or are they creating confusion? For this placement, sleep isn't just a biological necessity for the body to rest, it literally becomes a gateway to vivid dreams and highly unusual experiences. The subconscious remains wide awake. But remember, Rahu is the entity of illusion. The symbols it sends in these dreams are rarely straightforward. They can be chaotic, disruptive, and honestly, deeply bizarre. You might experience a tidal wave in a dream, or an impossible labyrinth, leaving you to decipher in the waking world whether it was a profound spiritual message or just the smoke and mirrors of your own anxiety. And speaking of dreams, what dream are you pursuing in private? This is one of the absolute most fascinating aspects of our source material. It highlights that secret ambitions become significantly more powerful than public goals. I mean, we all have that safe, socially acceptable goal we share at dinner parties, like working towards a promotion or saving for a house. But with this placement, what you tell the world you want to achieve is often just a safe cover story, a protective decoy. The true, unbridled ambition is kept completely in the dark, usually because it feels far too vulnerable, too massive, or too unconventional to expose to the judgment of others.
But nurturing your entire life in the dark definitely has its risks, which brings us to this crucial dichotomy: healing feelings versus hiding from them. Because this house deals so heavily with the unseen, emotional escapism becomes incredibly tempting, especially during periods of high stress. You have to confront this directly. When you check out mentally or emotionally, are you intentionally taking time to heal? Are you actively journaling, meditating, or sitting with the discomfort to process it? Or are you just hiding from the heavy feelings by doom scrolling for hours, binge-watching shows until you pass out, or overindulging just to numb out?
Take a deep breath. We've arrived at Act 3, the ultimate lesson. Here, we get into the karmic and spiritual truth.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the concept of solitude presents a profound paradox: discovering yourself versus simply avoiding people. Our source tells us that solitude under this influence feels both profoundly uncomfortable and yet strangely addictive. You might initially isolate yourself like a caterpillar in a cocoon to recharge, to heal, and to discover who you really are away from the noise of society. But you must be incredibly careful. That necessary isolation can quietly morph into a toxic habit of just avoiding the outside world altogether, simply because it feels safer to remain hidden than to actually engage with reality.
And we have to recognize that this isolation often happens for a cosmic reason. As the text outlines, life delivers heavy karmic lessons through isolation, foreign places, or forced retreats. When you find yourself suddenly isolated, maybe through a sudden job loss, a breakup, an illness, or even just feeling profoundly alone in a crowded room, it's incredibly painful. It's so easy to feel like you are being unfairly separated from the world, like you're missing out while everyone else just moves forward. But here is the profound, universe-level insight. You aren't being sidelined, you are being redirected. These forced periods of retreat are practically designed by the universe to strip away your distractions and make you face exactly what you've been running from.
Which brings us to the ultimate choice the soul must make: surrendering wisely versus resisting the inevitable. The defining, critical realization for anyone dealing with displacement is the stark truth that not everything in life can be controlled. We spend so much time trying to bend the world to our will, to force outcomes, and to kind of outsmart our own karma. But fighting against the current of the universe and trying to micromanage the unseen, well, it only causes more friction and a whole lot more suffering.
So the crucial point is this fundamental truth from our source material. The more you chase what is hidden, the more life teaches you the value of surrender. This is absolutely the overarching theme and the philosophical anchor of everything we've looked at today. The obsessive chase for the unknown, the constant running to foreign lands, the desperate attempt to hide in your inner labyrinth, it all eventually exhausts you. It exhausts you until you learn that surrender isn't a weakness. It is the beautiful, peaceful art of just letting go and trusting the current.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought to hold up to the mirror. Are you running from your life, or are you evolving through it? Whether it's escaping to exciting foreign lands, retreating into addictive solitude, or hiding away in your vivid dreams, you always have a choice in how you use this energy. The ultimate lesson here is to use the unseen world not as a place to hide, but as a profound place to grow.